Hi guys, my name's Rich. I'm a part-time eBay seller. I've been doing this now for just over 3 years. So I've been saying that I've been trying to do a couple of videos a week, but I haven't got around to it, to be honest, because I've just been too busy selling. So I thought I'd do a video on the postage and packaging side of the business. So what I've done is I've got a table here of the items that I use, how much it's going to cost, how many I get in the pack, and I've broken it down to each individual pricing per item or box or per jiffy bag that I use. Okay, so there is another couple of sellers that I watch, which is Ben Fitzpatrick, George Ross, a new one called Vanessa Maries. I think she's an upcoming YouTuber as well, so she's going to be very good. So catch her videos as well. So without further ado, I'll get on to what I use and what I sell. Okay, so the boxes are the first things. So the top box is a 6x6 box. Okay, so this is good for mugs, controllers, anything like that, because you don't want to be using mug boxes, because it is just for a mug. You want to go for a box that's a bit bigger size, so that you don't have to have so many boxes kept in storage. So these 6x6 inch boxes cost me £7.50 for 25 units, so for 25 boxes. So each box works out to 30p a box. Okay, so the next box is a 9x6 box. So the 9x6 boxes, they're good for things like DVDs, books, and so on. So you can get about 9-10 DVDs or 9-10 games in a box, as long as it's below 2 kilos. So again, I get 25 of these. They cost me £8.50. So it works out to 34p a box. The next one is a 12x9x6 box. So these are good for shoes, cuddly toys, and so on. Okay, so I get 25 of these. So these cost 40p a box as well. The next one is a 17x10 by 5.5 inch box. Okay, so these ones are better for bigger items, things like Guitar Heroes, a few more games, and so on and so on. These cost me £9, and you only get 10 in the pack. So these are a bit more expensive. They are 90p a box. Okay, but all these boxes that I'm showing you now, they are small parcels. They all fit to small parcels. So as long as they're under 2 kilos, then these go for I think it's £4 postage signed for, or £3.10 if it's just basic. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you are the bags. Okay, so mailing bags. So the mailing bags here are 13x17, 19x23, and 22x26 inches. Okay, so the 13x17 bags, for 50 of those, they only cost you £6.45. So it makes the bags 13p each, or just under or just over. So these are good for board games, or if you like doing things properly, putting things into one of these mail bags for like shoes and so on, and clothing. The next one, the 19x23, is good for larger board games and so on. But I've had a few larger items, that's why I've gone for a larger bag. So the 17x23, you get 50 of these for £7.74. That means they cost like 16p each. So that's pretty good, that's not too bad. And the larger bags, they're 22x26. They're £2.19 for 15 bags. So that means they're a little bit more expensive. They're 20p a bag, but you might not need so many of these, because it is just for larger items. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go on to is the jiffy bags. So the jiffy bags here, you've got the small one, which is 165 mils by 120 mils, which is a size 0. Okay, I get 50 of these and they cost me £6.30, which makes them around about 13p each. Now these are good for wallets, little items like Lego minifigures and so on, so that's not too bad. The next one is the normal size DVD standard Jiffy bags, 170ml by 230ml. These cost me £7 and 8p for 50 of them, which makes them working out to 15p each. So they're good for CDs and so on and games. The next one is the 230ml by 320 Jiffy bag. So if you've got two games or two DVDs or so on, then you can put them side by side and it will go as a normal large letter, okay, because it only goes up to about 500 grams for that lot. So instead of putting it into a small parcel, then this will go as a large letter. So the next thing I do use is packaging tape. So I have three kinds here. I have a clear, a brown, and a fragile one as well. So a fragile for breakables. Obviously I'll put a few strands around like a box or maybe a Jiffy bag. The clear tape is for when I put a customer's address on, and then I'll put the clear tape over the box so that the postman can read obviously the address. And the brown packaging tape is to just seal the box up or wherever I need to seal up to make it secure, okay? So the next thing I use is scissors, marker pens. So obviously if I'm writing down customers' addresses and I'm wanting to make things look neat and tidy, then obviously I'm going to use marker pens and scissors to do that. The next one is paper sheets, okay? So paper sheets here. So they come in a block, printer paper block. So I don't really own a computer. I'll just use my items and list them by phone. So what I do is I tend to rip half of the printer paper in half, write down the customer's address, and then stick it on a box, stick it on a mailing bag. Okay, so for 500 of these, you can get them from pretty much any supermarket, any shop that sells printer stuff, and you're looking at around about £3 to £4 for 500 sheets of these. So the next thing I'll use is void fill. Okay, so void fill is basically to protect the item. So paper, magazines. You can get free magazines from supermarkets. Just pick up a load and then you've got your whole stock then. Just make sure you keep these so that it protects the items, okay? So the next one that I use is a letter sizing guide. So this letter sizing guide has helped me more times than you know, because when you want to put things as a large letter, things like a Mega Drive game, Sega Mega Drive game, and some other box sets may not fit into here, so you would have to use them as send them as a small parcel. So something like this, I went for a genuine raw mail one. So this was around about, I think it was about 12 quid at the time. So I paid for this. There's not very many on eBay at the moment. So if you want to get a normal cheaper one, there you go, for about 4 to 6 quid. But I would strongly advise getting one, a letter sizing guide, because they will help you out on saving you money. The next thing is bubble wrap. So bubble wrap here, this cost me £9, okay, because I like using the blue ones, the colourful ones, okay. I got 50 meters of it, but you can go up to like 100 meters and so on. But if you want to just get the normal clear bubble wrap, the white bubble wrap, then that only costs around about £7.50 to £8.50 for the same amount as what I got. But as I said, I like using the different colours, so I got the blue one. The next thing that you are definitely going to need is some scales, okay, some digital scales. Now, you can buy cheap scales and they'll go up to 2 kilos, but remember that's the only limit that you're going to be able to send 2 kilos. So my scales here, yes, they are a pair of kitchen scales, but they also go up to a full 15 kilos in weight, or 33 pounds, which is going to be more than enough for what I've got, okay? So if I flick it on here, then it's got a big display here. Some people have little scales that are only half the size, but they have like a digital reader on a wire, so then they can see how much it weighs up to, okay? So there are other things that you are going to need when you're selling. Obviously, maybe notepads to keep the listing of how much you use, how much you need to buy. Postage labels here. If you go to the post office, they'll give you a bundle of those, and then you can just stick them on, and it's pretty much job done. Also, a price guide. A price guide from Royal Mail is going to help, because you can send it internationally if you need to, because it will have all the information in here. Whether it's first class, second class, 48-hour parcel force, 24-hour parcel force, and so on, okay? Also, other things that you need: cleaning products to clean your items. So clean your items with things like elbow grease, so a little spray rubbing on the items, and then rub the dirt off. Baby wipes, and something that is a white background. So if you have something that's that you need to list, then put it on a white background so it can stand out. I know eBay have been doing this lately, but you don't really want to use the eBay one, because you want your item to stand out, okay? So always use your background. Now, for things like clothes and that, I don't really do clothes very much. I'll do them here and there, so I haven't invested in a mannequin. But there are people that do just sell clothes and shoes, so they will have mannequins. So if it's just shoes and clothing you want to sell, you are going to need to have a mannequin, okay? Whether it's a man mannequin or a woman mannequin, okay? So please just bear that in mind, okay? So if you like the video and you found it useful, which I hope you have, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to me, because I will be doing a video every week, or a couple of videos per week if I can. Please check out the other YouTubers that I've mentioned in the video, because they are up and coming, and there are two that are really, really good, okay? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and yeah, take care and stay safe. Thank you. Bye bye.